Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Crow here. I'm going to do a quick video, well, hopefully quick, show off the Mi-28NM a bit, because I've been noticing a lot of people have been looking at it who have the Ka-52 and have been playing the Ka-52 and decided, why would I want the NM over the 52? Like, why would I want to grind for that? So I'm going to show you the difference. Most people, when they look at this, I've been talking to people in Heli EC, since it's the only way to really grind helicopters right now. They look at this and go, oh, it gets Vickers and Iglas and the liquid, these liquid explosive rockets that just kill everything. It's so good. Why would you want a vehicle with less armament? Which I can understand. You can get the Vickers, you can get the liquid rockets. I don't have them yet, but you can get them. But you don't get Iglas. You can get Iglas, but you would be costing yourself half of your weapon load. Or where are the Iglas? You can't get Iglas, right? Yeah, there they are, Iglas. So you can get Iglas and other stuff. Where are they? Yeah, Iglas and Vickers. So you can get Iglas. So what's the difference? Well, as you know, with the Ka-52, I'll take this up in a test flight. Wait, no, I don't want to take the Ataka missile. Ah, damn it. Whatever. Give it a minute. There we go. Why don't I have audio? Oh, there it goes. So, as you know, Ka-52 has radar. Right now it's set to air to ground. See the little pip showing up there when I point at the ground targets? Let's bring it to a slight hover. So you can switch between that and you can go into your radar controls. Switch it to change camera mode. That's an air-to-air mode. See, now it's pinging the F-86. Now, there are two controls that I'm going to open up the menu and use it in the menu just so you can see what buttons I'm pushing. So you can select radar target to lock on, which is 2, which if there's multiple air targets, it'll cycle which one's targeted or highlighted in a bracket, and lock radar on, which is numpad 3. So you hit that. Let me close this. I actually have it bound to control 1. You push the button, and it tries to lock on. It doesn't really do it too well. Normally, if you wanted to lock on, you would press F while you have your cursor over it, like this. Anybody who's used the Vickers knows how to do this. So you point and click F until you get that. There you go. Now you get that lock. If you go into gunner view, you see it's locked on tight. If I had been smart enough to equip Vickers, I could just point my nose and lob a Vicker. These are Ataka, so I don't even know if it'll... Well, the tracking's precise enough. It's probably going to hit it. Yeah, eventually. There it is. Okay, but those need a direct impact. The Vickers are prox views. As anybody who's played these very well knows, the Vickers are evil. 10-kilometer range, prox views, very fast. Let's put the Vickers on the MN and showcase. Oh, they're already on there. And then you did a test flight. So the main difference is, well, first of all, the turret. The Mi-28s get that full traversable turret that can go all the way right, all the way left. The 52 gun is tucked in along the fuselage. So if you're going fast towards a target, you can't always skew your nose far enough to the left to target something when you're on a strafing run or in a dogfight with other helicopters. This one, the turret can go all over the place, as you can see there. But as you can see with the radar, it's got a different radar mode. It still has the AA in a 180 cone and the AG, so it has air and air ground radar. But then it has this, SRC MTI. I had to Google it, but I'm fairly certain that's pulse Doppler. Pretty sure. So, well, the MN's also an NM, MN, whatever it is. Again, I'm confused. But it's also a lot more maneuverable than the 52s, which is nice. But pulse Doppler means it works better close to ground, and this might not seem like a huge thing, but I've noticed if you have a target to lock onto, and you hit the lock on button, boom. That's all it takes. You click it once and it's locked on. So it's like, you know, you're over here, you're kind of flying along, you come over a hill, your radar pings a target there, you hit the button, point your nose, fire Vicker. Or if it's Vickir, I apologize if it's Vickir. I always just call them Vickers. and splash. So this is especially useful in Tank RB and Heli EC. Heli EC, a lot of times, well, okay, let's be honest, Heli EC is garbage. Everybody hates Heli EC, but we all have to play it to grind out top tier helicopters. Because Tank RB just ain't the RP grind. Just get that out of the way. Okay. So, Heli EC will come over a mountain, and a lot of times in arcade, for some reason, your detection range is weird, so it like sometimes doesn't detect things until they're right on top of you. This doesn't care. If it's in that front cone, you come over the top of a mountain, it'll ping every single thing in front of you. It might not say their names. It might just say Mi-28, AH-64, Ka-50, 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 but it'll show you everything within 10-ish clicks. So, very useful for Heli EC. Tank RB especially. Tank RB doesn't get markers over heads. That helicopter flying nape of the air, it's really like low and fast. It's gonna see him. The Phantom kind of hugging the treetops, flying at you. You can see him. You can target him with the pulse Doppler, the keybind, and immediately fire Vicar at his nose. Chances are he's not gonna be able to pull the G's to get away from that Vicar in time. And it's a beam riding. It's a beam rider, so it does not care about flares or chaff or anything. It's like it just doesn't care. Now, one other bonus, the Mi-28, is you'll notice it has Vicars, which are nice. You can kill things. That wasn't a very good showcase. I mean, it killed it. But my point is, the Vicars don't always kill things. Anybody who's played with the Ka-50, Ka-52, and Tank RB knows it might take 2, 3, sometimes even 4 Vicars to kill a Leo or an Abrams, or, well, less so much with the Abrams, but it can sometimes take a little bit to kill stuff. Because they have good pen. They have about 800 mil a pen. Like, they can... Oops, where'd that one go? Let's steer that in right there. See if I can kill only 2 crew. Oh, see? Say you were at a weird angle, and that was the only missile you could get in there. You only killed his commander. He's still combat effective. Let's put another one in that cheek, where it's like, oh no, I'm firing at the same spot. Why am I not killing him? Oh, that's so weird. See? You like... It can kill stuff if you aim it right, but sometimes you can't always aim it right. Let's put in the driver port. There we go. See, everybody died there. See the spalling cone in the kill cam? They're very good missiles. Everybody uses them for a reason. But the new Mi-28 has a new toy, which anybody who's played high tier Russia is already a little bit familiar with. Well, not everybody. Not everybody uses this thing. So the Chrysanthemum S anti-tank missile carrier, the radar guided one. Anybody who's played that knows it claps. Those missiles are evil. And there they are. The Mi-28NM gets them. So these missiles are, I don't think they're faster than the Vickers. 550 meters a second, Vickers go 610. Okay, so they're slower than the Vicker. And they only go about 6 kilometers. Let me make sure I'm actually correct on that. Yep, exactly 6 kilometers. But they have 1200 mil of pen, which is, you know, the 800 mil in the Vickers doesn't have trouble penetrating things. Like, if it hits it, it'll still go through it. You might occasionally non-pen like a Leo's cheek if you hit it funny. But that's not what makes the Chrysanthemum missiles so brutal. They... let me get a lock on this guy so it doesn't move much. There we go. Let's lob a Chrysanthemum. Let's go for that same commander shot. Did you see? It didn't even come close to hitting the driver. Like, it just immediately killed him from a glancing blow to the commander cupola. So, Chrysanthemum missiles, people will whine about in chat when you're using the Chrysanthemum S tank destroyer. Because they overpressure. Oh my god, that's the first time I've ever seen one not one-hit kill a tank. So, yeah, that's the thing. They one-hit kill almost everything they hit. I was going to say everything they hit, but then this freaking M60 just made me a liar on my own goddamn video. But, yeah, no, they overpressure everything. They can also... use my fancy radar here to lock this guy up. I They're not prox views, but the tracking is precise enough that if you lock it up and fire it... Come on. You just need to clip him. There you go. You can still kill jets with it if you absolutely have to. They're not as good at killing air as the Vickers. You only get 8 of them instead of the 12 of them with the Vicker. There's still beam riding. You can still... Let's bully this guy. Boom, boom, boom. You can still fire multiple if you want to sit at 6 clicks and fire them two at a time. The extra range from the Vicker isn't super useful because if you're firing from 10 clicks towards ground targets, you're doing something wrong. It really only comes into play when you're trying to kill planes or helicopters. That 10 clicks is useful. If you're trying to kill tanks, which is what the Chrysanthemum is for, you're really not going to be bothered by the 6-kilometer range because you're probably going to be wanting to engage, depending on map, you're probably going to be wanting to engage from 3 clicks. See, that turret's nice because I can swing it over and start shooting before my helicopter's all the way around. So that's why you'd want to grind for the Mi-28. The pulse Doppler, pretty sure it's pulse Doppler. I googled it and it wasn't clear in it, but yeah, no, it functions the same. Very, very good radar. Pings things, you can lock them up instantly, detects them instantly. Line of sight is like, if it can see you, it's detected. In the air, anyway. Oh, yeah, no, I forgot it does that when you turn too hard. I'm used to flying Kamovs. Kamov doesn't mind if you roll it 90 degrees in its side and pull up on the stick. Mi-28 minds. But it's more maneuverable. I found it's weirdly survivable. I've gotten hit by multiple Vickers and Heli EC, and it's just like, meh, okay. If it loses an engine, it's going to be like, oh no, but other than that. But it gets way better ordnance as well with the Chrysanthemas. Doesn't get the, like, heavier weapons load that the Kamov does, but honestly, Iglas suck. You're better off just using Vickers if you want to kill air targets. Like, if there's no... If your team has air superiority and you're not worried about jets, spawn with the Chrysanthemas, kill some ground targets. If your team doesn't have air superiority and there's a Phantom or an A7 who's been bugging your team and there's, like, maybe an Apache or something, take the Vickers with the liquid rockets, with the liquid explosives, the big ones, not these pissy little things. These can work, but they're not ideal. Then you have multi-roll. You can engage aircraft with the Vickers from long range. You can clear out the ground targets 1 or 2 at a time. Eventually, might take you more Vickers than normal, but you have 12 of them instead of just the 8. So, very, very nasty piece of equipment, which makes sense considering this thing was only first flew in 2016. Russian military hasn't actually introduced them yet. I think the engines for them only got completed in 2020. This modification of the Mi-28 is the newest one Russia has built. I don't know why Gaijin put this in. I guess it's because they figured it was balanced with its current weapon systems. The Vikir missile system doesn't work in game like it does in real life, thank God. They don't have the new... Russia's new anti-everything missile that they were designing to put on this, because it doesn't exist yet. They're still building them and trying to figure out how to make them work. So thank God that's not in here. But yeah, no, it's nasty. I'm gonna be abusing pubbies and tank RB with it as soon as I can get the liquid rockets from Heli EC. Until then, I'm just gonna be bullying Kamovs and Heli EC because I can sit behind a mountain and just light them up with the pulse Doppler, then just start lobbing Vickers right, left, and center at all the brain-dead Ka-50 pilots who just fly straight up. But, yeah, no, very, very much worth the grind. As long as you are like me and hate yourself enough to grind Heli EC. Anywho, that's my video.